Right guys, welcome back to Veloce Squadsprint here today. 2 episodes in 2 days. Once again, we are here for yet another race and I want to try and get a bit more up to speed in terms of the series. So today, we are here for the Bahrain Grand Prix, round 6 of the season. If you guys missed the last episode, as you can see on screen, at the Japanese Grand Prix in Suzuka, then go watch it by clicking the link in the top right hand corner of the screen. It was yesterday's race and it was absolutely fantastic and chaotic, as all Squadsprint races are. But today, we are here at the Bahrain International Circuit, and in terms of the rules and regulations, as always, we have 25% race distance, damage is on, and track limits are on the regular setting. But today, we are here, and once again, I'm going to try and see if I can have a clean race for once, and hopefully score some points. You know, we haven't had the best luck so far, and the only good race we had was Austria, and even then, even though it was a clean race for me, a safety car kind of screwed me over long term. But in terms of the grid, here's that Bahrain. Camille Okaki is P1, the official FNG Niren is P2, Isaac Gillison P3, my teammate Raggy Ben McConnell P4, Arav P5, Eterno or Joe in 6th place on the 3rd row, myself in 7th place with the other Tom Storm Lartelo in 8th on row 4. Then it's JD Tyrrell Limulus in 9th place with Alex Gillon running at the top 10 for Red Bull. And then Simon Vigang 11th, Benjamin Daly, Tim Marduk in P12 on row 6. And then we have Veloce James 13th with Veloce Hypers in 14th and extremely fast 7th row with Danny Belejne running up the rear and the man starting at the back of the grid here today for the Bahrain Grand Prix. So it's going to be interesting, it's going to be really competitive, a slightly smaller grid than the last couple of races, but still it promises to be very, very exciting, and hopefully we can get some good action here today as we kick things off for the race at Bahrain. As always, the grid is in reverse championship order and there is no qualifying, so we're going to go straight to the formation lap and get into our grid slot. We're going to start the race on the soft compound tyres and then go into the mediums later on, so here we go. Getting ready for the 5 red lights here at Sakir, and it's going to be lights out and away we go off the line, and it's a good launch with the soft tyres using the engine motors. Arav gets very loose there in the Ferrari. We go straight up to P5 into turn 1, 4 wide in front of us. My teammate Raggy looking for a move on the inside as the Williams cars run a bit wide. Niren takes the lead in the McLaren, the FIFA YouTuber. We cut turn 1 a little bit to give some room as the Williams goes spinning. We've also got Joe in front of us ghosting at the minute as we're now down to P6. We lose a couple of places as we go up into turn 4. A couple of cars on the inside there. Storm, also Alex Gillon going for a move, and we're right on the outside here, and we collect Joe and we take him with us. Joe goes for a spin, but I also lose wing damage in the process, and nothing I could have done there. I had no room on the outside. I believe it was like 4 wide, I think, to be honest with you, and maybe I should have backed out, but there just wasn't room for all of us, and we actually do a beautiful move around the outside of someone Vigang there at the hairpin. Also, we've got JD running a bit wide in the Alfa Romeo. Also, Niren as well in the distance, running very wide at the hairpin there at turn 10. But we're coming down to P9, so after what was such a good start, such a promising start, and as high as P4 at one point, we're now down to 9th place, and we have wing damage. So we are going to box this lap and try and get the wing changed. To be fair, the car doesn't feel too bad, but I'm going to basically do my pit stop now and just get it out of the way, you know, get the wing fixed and basically try and push for 13 laps. That's the plan. So hopefully we get that clean air and we can work as Niren goes for a spin on the inside, and also JD has a poor exit out of the corner trying to avoid the spin, and that's going to get us alongside him here, but we're going to back out because I know I'm going to pit, so there's no point in wasting my time trying to battle when I'm going to, you know, try and pit. So we're going to take it easy for the final corner, turn the engine down now as we make our way towards pit road, and we're going to follow, I believe it's Danny Belejne in the pit lane. He's on medium tyres and he's going to go into the soft tyres, so that's very bold from him. 13 laps on soft tyres is going to be very risky for him as we're going to pit in for a front wing change. We've got a few more cars there, I believe someone Vigang, also Toro Rosso I think was in the pit lane as well, and we're now down to P15 and last place. We're going to strap on the medium tyres. We get back past someone Vigang for P14, and they're also going to get back past, I believe, Toro Rosso. No, not quite. I thought it was Toro Rosso in the pit lane, but I might have been wrong. Either way, we're down in 14th place, and we're now on fresh rubber and move front wing, so we can now push. And the target is simple. Go flat out, push as hard as we can, and see where we are. We do have the opportunity of making a massive undercut with these tyres, so we've got the clean air to do it. So we're going to get our head down and just try and push as hard as we can, and hopefully cars don't pit too early as we cut onto lap number 3. DRS enabled, Veloce Isaac in the pit lane for Williams, and we're going to just about get ahead of him as we jump up to 13th place in this race. Then we've got James Baldwin in front on the hard tyres in the Haas, so a different strategy from him. Then on to lap number 4, we've got Niren in the McLaren, also in the pit lane, so we're going to overtake him as we set a personal best there with a 10th of a second improvement, so a strong lap from us. We've now got Raggy in front of us, our teammate, who is battling, I believe, Veloce Storm, I might be wrong, Onto lap 5 though, we see a purple sector 3 and more cars leaving the pits as we get ahead of Veloce Storm. And now into turn 1 we've got a Ferrari, I believe that's Ben on the hard tyre, so very weird strategy from Ben there. I believe he had an issue with his MFD because he selected soft tyres and the game put him on hards for some reason. So Ben's going to be in trouble now, and my teammate Raggy all over the back of him here as he's going to try and go down the inside at turn 4. Of course, every single race we have live comms, and I was speaking to Raggy at the time and I was saying to him, try and get involved, try and get past Ben, try and get him, you know, disrupt his rhythm, try and get him a bit flustered. And Raggy done the move really nicely actually. But now to the hairpin, Summon Vigang on the soft tyres around the outside, and he's going to return the move that I did on lap 1. And, you know, even Stevens, I guess, you know, I did it on lap 1. He's going to return the favour and get us straight back. We are on the outside. I'm trying to have a look, but not much room, and I decided to back off and let him have it. But then on the exit, Raggy and Simon get very, very close. Somehow, Simon didn't go into the wall, but we're now 3 abreast here going into the next left-hand. I'm trying to get a bit of a tow. We send one around the outside, and we make a nice move on our teammate there. Raggy giving us the room and being respectful as we're now tucked in behind Simon Vigang and getting some understeer there with the dirty air through the long right. It seems like Ben may have wing damage, possibly. I might be wrong. Or maybe it's just a hard tyre slowing him down. But for now, you can see everyone's trying to fight for the section. We've also got Veloce Storm behind us on fresh, soft tyres. So he's going to be also one to look out for because that soft tyre is so much quicker around here. You know, we're going to be at a disadvantage in this second stint. Ben doing a nice little dummy there into the pit lane. And right at the last second, he pulled out. And Simon's going to try and go for a move here. We're going to benefit as well as we try to make it 3 wide. We're going to go into the middle, but we back out. Instead, I'm going to try and go for the switchback as Ben runs it a bit hot on the brakes, on the hard tyres. Switchback again through turn 2. We get the momentum. We get on the inside, and we're going to try and squeeze through. Shades of 2012. Alonso and Rosberg all the time. You have to leave with a space. We're going to go around the outside of turn 4, but Ben defends it. And then Simon Vigang gets the switchback. Also, Veloce Storm now getting involved. He's going to go down the inside, and Storm's got a bit of wing damage there. You can see on the front left part of his wing, he's missing a bit of an end plate. Simon Vigang now comes back at us once again. He's trying to move on the outside, and this battle is just not stopping. It's absolutely crazy, and there's multiple cars, you know, involved in this scrap for the tail end of the points. As we go into the hairpin, it looks like we're going to run a little bit wide and miss the apex. That's going to put Simon right on our rear wing here. We're going to try and get the DRS and a bit of a tow from Ben if possible to help us out. But Simon on those soft tyres is going to try and make it count. He's going to go down the inside. We're going to leave some space, and we're still there on the outside. And we're still side by side into this next right-hander. And this inside curb is deadly. And we catch it. And we go for a spin. I'm trying to hold on to it, but the car goes. And we can't go anywhere. And it's a spin for us. And again, another incident, possibly self-inflicted, you know, as we actually almost 2 cars there. I believe I may have disturbed them a little bit. Isaac and Alex Gillon, I believe, both of those cars were some damage in the process being caught up. But yeah, with that spin, you know, I think I didn't have any more room. I had to go to the curb. Either way, Ray, you can see he's got wing damage on the left-hand side of his wing, and we're going to make a nice move. And pretty much now, once again, we've got to try and fire back. The comeback begins, and we've got to see if we can make a way back through the field. And that, you know, that incident possibly self-inflicted. I have to, you know, watch it again in the replay, but I believe there was nothing I could do. I think I had, you know, the minimum room to make it, and that inside curb 9 times out of 10 is going to send you for a spin. So either way, cutting on to lap 11, and we've got Danny Berezne, who's actually at the pit again because his soft tyres couldn't make it to the end, and suddenly we hit the back of Storm, and it's another mistake. This time, I will admit, this one was completely my fault, self-inflicted. You know, we know Storm's got wing damage, and it caught me out. I think he was trying to go for a switchback, so he broke really, really early. And I just broke at my usual location, and we went straight to the back of him. So damage again for us as we make our way midway through lap 11. Storm all over the back of the Ferrari. I believe it's Arrow in front of him. I might be wrong. And you can see now I'm really struggling for some front end grip. You know, I could really feel orange damage I had on the car. I believe Storm's got yellow. And I think Ben as well also has damage on his wing. Combined with the hard tyres, we're all kind of a bit screwed here in this little train. So Ben, I believe at the minute, is the lead Ferrari. Arrow's behind him, and then that's Storm. And now Danny Berezne is getting involved, and of course he's on brand new, spanking new, fresh, soft tyres, and he's of course the Season 1 champion of Veloce Squadsprint, and he's going to make a nice, easy move on the inside. I tried to fight it, but in the end I gave up, and then you can really see through here the understeer from the wing damage was really, really bad. But Storm still battling away here with Arrow into turn number 1 on lap 13 now. Actually, it might be Ben if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's actually Ben now because he's in the hard tyre. So Storm battling away with Ben here, and I'm trying to find, you know, a move somewhere. Ben defending the inside into turn 4, and I'm getting all of these opportunities to try and get some kind of switchback or some kind of move, but I don't have the front end to get a switchback. Ben giving Storm a massive squeeze. There's contact. Somehow Storm keeps it on the track as we make our way through the lefts and rights of the S section down to the hairpin. You can really see how much I'm suffering with the front end of my car, and a bit more contact there between Ben and Storm into the hairpin. But again, no way for me to make a move just yet as we now cut onto lap 13, right to the end of the lap, onto the start of the final lap of the race here at Bahrain. These guys now really trying to find every single bit of time possible. Arava's now pulled away in the distance, so it's a three-way fight for 7th place. And that's a turn 1 we go. We're going to try and look for a move. Storm, of course, no DRS into turn 1. Ben goes down the inside. We're going to try and go down the inside as well and make the move stick. Very nice move from us, very opportunistic, using the space Ben created to try and go down the inside. I knew Storm was going to go for a switchback, so I tried to go down the inside to stop him from doing it, and we do make the move, and we get 8th place away from him. Now the target is to try and somehow pass Ben with this wing damage. I'm trying to play around with all the gears on my car to try and make something happen, but unfortunately it just wasn't to be. I just couldn't get the front end to work. We managed to stay in front of the Storm, which was really, really good, but you know, I just couldn't get the front end to bite, and I couldn't get close to Ben. You know, the second Storm left him alone. It seems like Ben may have had yellow wing damage, and he had a bit more pace on the front end. Arav crosses the line, but he had a penalty, so we are going to finish P7 in the end. So, you know, on paper, there was a P6 on the cars, and to say we spun, you know, we got wing damage on lap 1, and then wing damage again later on in the race, I'm happy with that. That's a good result, and a solid points all for us here today. But in terms of the race results, Veloce Hypers picks up the W here today at Bahrain. 25 points for him. JD Terralimulis in P2 ahead of James Baldwin in 3rd place. Danny Belesne on the 2-stop strategy gets P4, and Karki scores his first points of the season in the Williams team up in P5. Fantastic result from him. Ben, 6th place for the Ferrari. Myself in 7th place with Storm in P8 just behind us, and then Arif, of course, with that penalty that relegates him down to P9 when he originally finished in 6th place. And Summer Vigang in the end finishes in 10th place. I believe he also had to stop again, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong, but he dropped off the pace, so I think he had to stop again because also he picked too early for the soft compound tyres, just like Daniel Berejne did earlier on in the race. But that is your top 10. And again, I think if I look at it in a retrospect, I think we had the pace for P4, you know, with the spin, the wing damage multiple times, the pit stop. We could have been P4, especially with Danny Berejne's second stop. I think I could have had enough of a gap to maybe stay in front. So it is a shame. There was, 12 points up for grabs today. Instead, we have to settle for 6, I believe. And in terms of the second half of the table, Alex Gill on there, P11, just missing out on the points. I believe he got caught up with Isaac Gillison, when I had my spin. And that caused them, I think, one of them to lose wing damage. I'm not quite sure who did, but one of them definitely got caught out. Joe Wilkes, P12, and then Niren in 13th. Of course, he led the race for a brief minute until he spun eventually at the end of lap 1. And my teammate Raggy also retired from the Grand Prix. I believe he did the exact same thing I did, but he wasn't as lucky as me. He actually hit the wall and retired from the Grand Prix. So unfortunately, only one silver arrow scores points here today at Bahrain. But in terms of the Drivers' Championship after that race, Veloce Hypers takes the lead from Danny Berejne here today. James Baldwin still in 3rd place, but the gap has grown a little bit, and James needs to respond and try and find a win soon to try and get himself back into contention for the championship. Jan Artmere in P4 for the Renault team. Ben Daly in P5, and actually doing a really good job this season with Tyrrell Limitless now with that 2nd place, jumps all the way up to P6 in the championship and also overtakes Simon Vigang, who is in 7th place. Alex Gillon in 8th, 11 points behind Simon Vigang, also doing pretty damn good. And then we've got Tom Storm Lartolo in 9th, and then I'm just behind him, 6 points behind in P10. For me, the target is to try and get ahead of Storm and also Alex Gillon as well, if possible, and try and close that gap to Ben. That's the kind of target. And then in terms of the second half of the table, Hayden Gullis in 11th with 12 points, and Camille with his first points finish here today in P5. He gets 10 points on the board and jumps all the way up to P12 and level on points with Arav, but he gets the benefit of P12 due to a higher position in terms of his race finish. Arav 13th, Joe Wilkes in P14, my teammate Raggy in P15, only 1 point behind Joe, and 3 behind Camille and Arav, and only 5 behind Hayden. So Raggy can definitely close that gap and try and get himself into the top half of the table maybe. And in terms of those elsewhere, Niren and also Ryan, and then Chem, and finally Vizza rounding out the 20. And then finally we have the constructor standings, of course, after today's race. And Alfa Romeo lead the way, and it's looking very, very dominant from them. Of course, JD and Danny, a very strong lineup, and it's going to be hard to beat them. Haas, P2, Toro Rosso 5 points behind in 3rd place, and that's going to be a good scrap going forward. Renault have dropped off a little bit with Otmir not appearing in the last couple of races, and Simon Vigang only scoring 1 point today. Ferrari P5, and they've got a nice cushion to Red Bull in 6th place with us Mercedes only 2 points behind Red Bull. So hopefully myself and Raggy can try and close that gap and try and overtake them there for P6. With Racing Point in 8th place, Williams in P9, and finally McLaren in 10th place. But that is your race, and that is your lot here today for the Bahrain Grand Prix in Veloce Squadsprint. If you guys enjoyed the video, video, drop a like and subscribe if you are new for daily Formula 1 content on the channel, and also turn notifications, guys, to not miss any videos from me, and also check out these 2 videos on your screen if you have missed them. But that is it from me here today at Bahrain, and I'll see you guys in the next one very soon. But until then, it's goodbye from me.